United Nations independent expert on the enjoyment of all human rights of other persons, Dr. Claudia meets with high-level government officials at a debriefing meeting on preliminary findings of a visit to Nigeria and recommendations. Speaking with newsmen at the meeting, she enjoyed government at all levels in Nigeria to prioritize the rights of other persons through effective policy implementations that will better their lives and give them a sense of belonging.
We have been to Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, and Makurdi, and I met with many different stakeholders, with government, on civil servants on the federal and state level, as well with other agencies and civil society and older persons themselves, to assess what is happening in regard of the enjoyment of all human rights by older persons. I will present my report in September 2023 to the Human Rights Council. As you can imagine, with its approximately 206 million people, Nigeria is remarkably diverse in terms of people, culture, religion, language, and geography. And for example, the World Bank estimated in 2021 that there are already 5.86 million people over 65, and in 2050 there might be 25.3 million older persons. You see, there is a huge demographic change, and this is why I also came to Nigeria to raise awareness that this is a global issue, the demographic change. From my perspective as a human rights person, older persons are entitled to human rights till the end of their life. Social protection and pensions is also a key issue to secure a dignified life in Nigeria and in other countries. I came across that there is new law in place and that older persons are entitled in all areas to get their allowances. And very often they do not manage to get this kind of social security in time. This is why I also urge the federal government to step up its efforts to ensure the establishment of a strong, inclusive, and steady social protection system, including the payment of pension and allowances to all older persons who are entitled. I already raised the issue to get the medication for free. This does not happen in practice. So these are a couple of issues I came across, and this is why I also urge the government to build an age-friendly healthcare service in the current context. And I also want to once again raise awareness that they need to implement the strategic plan, which is already there, to ensure immediate access to all necessary health care for older persons, the right treatment for them.
Also speaking, the Director General, National Senior Citizen Center, Dr. Mrs. M.M. Omakaro, explained that Nigeria has policy framework on ground that gives older persons rights as enshrined in the United Nations Charter.
Thank you very much. For the past 12 days, the United Nations independent experts on the enjoyment of all human rights of older persons has been in Nigeria on her special procedure, which is a scoping mission. Firstly, to assess the efforts of Nigeria to strengthen the protection of human rights of older persons. Secondly, to highlight best practices, what Nigeria is currently doing that can be regarded as a good practice that can be exported and told to the global community or even the regional community. And thirdly, to also assess if there are gaps in the efforts of Nigeria. It's no country that is perfect, it's progressive and it's aspirational. if there are gaps, and then to see how far Nigeria is aligning with regional or international standards, and then to make her recommendations. So basically, on two accounts, this is an encouragement to boost the momentum that is now in Nigeria, in the areas that Nigeria is doing very well. Listened so far from the report that I have received and we are looking at. When it comes to policy frameworks, Nigeria is on top of it. Because without the policy, the legal, the institutional framework, and a dedicated agency, you have not even begun to articulate the challenges. And now, apart from that, now in the area of engagement mechanisms, because you cannot talk about the rights of older persons without talking about their social inclusion and their active participation in what is going on in their concerns. So now we have seen through the efforts of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, I should give first credit to this present administration, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, who gave us all this framework, and the minister as well, I just said. Now, talking about now the engagement strategies that NSCC has put in place, her mission is now showcasing the fact that NSCC has been able to form closer relationships, because aging is intersectional, it's intersectoral. So all her meetings have been clustered according to the thematic areas. So when we take, for instance, social security, when we take, for instance, social protection, you find all those clusters, every ministry agency working under social protection, which Nigeria has done a lot. Now we have a revised social protection policy. Now we have a bill. I think it has been accepted to the social protection bill. Now we have the NDE working with NSCC to develop mainstream older people into mature people's program and giving loans. It has never happened. Now we have older people mainstream into the vulnerable grant for the vulnerable group. She's seen all that. Now we have comprehensive stakeholders engagement, which now has included traditional royal fathers, she's seen that, and has included faith-based organizations, experts in aging, and she has been able firsthand to talk to all these people. She went to Benue, so the stakeholders, consultative forum, went to Lagos, the same thing, went to Oyo State, the same thing, and has been able to talk to them across the country via Zoom. So the best efforts of Nigeria is in what is the momentum that is happening now. NSCC working across, having aging deaths and totally including older people, even in the National Development Plan. And then what are those highlights that she has seen? She has seen Nigeria now, the integrated care for older persons. Nigeria now, NSCC is signing an agreement with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, and then Nigeria Governors Forum, the Secretariat, and WHO working together to ensure that integrated care is taken to older persons, integrated in the primary care, that's geriatric care, mainstream in primary care, and then geriatric care now extended to the community through training extension methods. So what has she seen? She's seen extensive commitment to building capacity for human resources. She's seen extensive commitment to put down the institutional structures, the stakeholders' engagement, and then she has seen extensive, political commitment to continue progressively to increase these efforts.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Tolulope Holudayo for News Portal TV.